everybody, welcome back to the Working Man's Whiskey. I'm Bobby. Guys, whiskey I want to talk about tonight, this one here, it's called Medley Bros, or Medley Brothers. This is, it's connected to Wathins, if anybody knows Wathins. I did a review on it a while back, really enjoyed it. They're a single barrel. But the Wathin was one of the Medley brothers. There's 5 of them: Ben, John, Edwin, Wathin, and Tom. Kind of a cool label there, guys, with all their faces on it. They first started creating this product back in the 40s, this one here. You know, they've been making, overall, I believe, the family's been in the whiskey business for a long time. But this one here is kind of a recreation of their whiskey that they had out back in the 1940s. And then they stopped making it, brought it back. They no longer distill it themselves. It's a sourced whiskey. They don't say where from, but the rumor is that this is sourced from Heaven Hill. And the mash bill for this one is 77% corn, 10% rye, and 13% malted barley. And I want to talk about this one, guys, because I walked past this bottle so many times when I was at Bottle Barn. It's not expensive. This one's about $25. And I walked past it so many times, but I finally wanted to give it a shot, guys, because it's getting colder. You know, winter's here, or just about here anyway. It's getting colder outside, and that's usually, you know, I always like the higher proof bourbons. They're more to my palate anyway, but when it starts getting cold outside, then it's really time for those higher proof whiskeys out there. And this one here, guys, 102 proof, 51% ABV. This one here, I saw that it says bottled by Charles Medley Distillery, Fairfield, California, which is kind of funny because Fairfield's about, 45 minutes from here, from my house. So kind of interesting. Distilled in Kentucky, bottled in Fairfield. So thought that was kind of cool. And the more I read about it, and reviews I saw about it, Whiskey Scout had a nice review on this one. Whiskey Scout's got a lot of great reviews, so check him out, guys. But he had a review on Medley Brothers, and I really enjoyed it. Sounded, from his description, it sounded like it was right up my alley. So after all that, after reading about it and seeing those reviews, I decided it was time to stop passing this one up. So here we are, and as you can see, guys, I mean, not to give anything away, but I've enjoyed this bottle a little bit. I've had it for a little while now. I've probably had it for, probably had it for a month and a half, something like that. But I really do enjoy this, just to cut to the chase. But let's see what we have here. And as you guys can see, I don't usually do this. Don't add water to my whiskey too often because I like the way a lot of bourbons, the higher proof bourbons, tasted kind of more like they were in the barrel. I don't like to dilute them. Some of them do benefit from putting a little bit of water in there, but I don't usually, during my review, add any water. Very seldom do I add water off the channel, either. Once in a while, something's, really high up there and, needs to be diluted a little bit, I might add a little bit of water. If somebody recommends that I add water to a whiskey, I'll try it with a little bit of water, but other than that, not too often. So I'll taste it the way it is, and then I'll add maybe just 1 spoon of water to see what happens. So here we go, guys. Medley Brothers. It says on the bottle, it says "Heart of the Run," because I guess they supposedly they bottled the the middle of the what's being distilled, because they think it's from what I've heard, it's the best quality stuff during the distillation process. So let's see. I'll pour a glass and see if there's anything else on there we might be interested in. It says, 51% ABV, 102 proof. Medley Bros Heritage Collection. And that's about it, guys. There's really not... it's kind of nice when there's, a little something on the bottle, a little background, but, I think we got the gist of it, As I said, they made it back in the 40s. It went away for a while. They brought it back. They no longer distill them themselves, but they source the whiskey from most likely Heaven Hill. So, let's see what we got here, guys. Oh, and it's at least 4 years old. There's no age statement, but it's at least 4 years old from what I read. So, there's that. And it's just a nice medium amber color. It's got some good color to it. Some of the legs are pretty. Some of the legs move faster than others, but they got some. It's got some nice slow legs to it as well. All right, let's give it a nose. And the first thing I get on the nose, guys, for 102 proof, it's not burning my nose up at all. It smells pretty darn good. Get a bit of cherry in there. Definitely some dark fruit. But cherry's the one, most up front there. Get a good hit of spice, guys. Rye spice, definitely. Definitely some baking spice as well. Clove, cinnamon. A bit of oak. Definitely that classic, caramel and sweet corn type note to it as well. It's got a nice mix of, just sweet and spicy to it. So take a sip here, guys. And it's funny. It's smooth. It is smooth in the mouth. It has kind of a creamy mouthfeel to it. But it will make you pucker. That spice, that rye. It's 10%, so not too high, but 10% rye, and it will sneak up on you guys. It'll hit you pretty good. It starts off nice and smooth, it's smooth all the way through, but that rye and that spice it'll get to you, and it's in a good way, But on the palate, I get more of that spice, more cinnamon, more clove, just good spice, guys. If you like a somewhat spicy whiskey, this one's definitely up my alley. I mean, I love that rye. This one's not a high rye mash bill, but I love that rye in the mash bill. And this one, I would guess, would be higher than 10% rye in the mash bill, because that rye comes through really nicely. It has, sometimes rye will kind of have like a black pepper type note as well. You get that in there definitely. But that rye and that clove and cinnamon baking spice. I love that baking spice note in a bourbon. So really enjoy that, guys. Let's take another sip. Yeah, those legs are pretty moving pretty slow on there. Got a good creamy consistency to it. That cherry again, definitely that cherry. Definitely some good oak in there. Before I have another sip, I guess I'll add some water, guys, because there's not a whole lot left in the glass here. Another just quarter teaspoon or Yeah, teaspoon here. So, oh, guys, I feel weird doing that. I'm not a big water guy. I mean, sometimes it does help, but we'll see. See how this goes. But as I said, I've been looking forward to doing this one, guys, because I love those. Kind of. I wouldn't say it's a heavy hitter as far as when you compare it to some others, Booker's and Baker's, but for the price, $25, this is good stuff. So let's give it a nose. Okay, so it got a little bit sweeter on the nose with a little bit of water. More of a, I said caramel and sweet corn came through before. The sweetness I'm getting now has kind of transferred more to like a brown sugar. A little bit of molasses there. It's pretty good with a little bit of water, guys, I must say. Pretty oily in the glass, though. Looks pretty good. But yeah, sweeter. I feel like I've lost a little bit of spice on the nose, but it still has a nice note to it, nonetheless. Take a sip. Yeah, definitely same as the nose. Definitely sweeter, more of that brown sugar note, more of that caramel note, um, more of that sweet corn. But it did lose a little bit of that spice. It's not, I wouldn't say it's worse with water. Depends. If you like a spicier bourbon, don't add water. If you like a sweeter bourbon, add a little bit of water. Doesn't really do any harm. Good both ways. But guys, overall, this was a great buy for me. Really impressed with the stuff. Kind of wish I bought it sooner, but the price is still there. I think it was $24.99. So yeah, right in that $25 range. So take another sip, give it a score, and be out of here, guys. It's good, really, really good. A little bit of oak is still there, but the main thing is it's lost a little bit of spice with the water, gained a little bit of sweetness. Still a very, very enjoyable sip, and I'd add water to this again. I love the spice, so maybe I'll do half and half again next time. Drink a little bit with just neat and a little bit with a little bit of water. It's great both ways, guys. Very impressed with this. It's not going to get up to the 90s, I wouldn't say, but I would be very comfortable giving this 86 or an 87. I'm going back and forth. I'll give it an 87, guys. Really good stuff. I'm really impressed. And I would definitely buy Medley Brothers again. So if you see it, definitely give it a shot. And you won't be disappointed, guys. Very good stuff. So that's it for now. It's Friday night, guys. I work tomorrow. Putting in a few extra hours because of Thanksgiving next week. Want to even things out a little bit. So be working tomorrow, and then be working through Wednesday next week. I think I'm going to get on here. The family, my wife and kids are going with my in-laws down to Turlock on Tuesday next week for Thanksgiving. And I'm going to stay and work on Wednesday. So I'm thinking I might get a review in, say Tuesday after work. That's my plan, to get one more review in before I go down to the valley. And looking forward to that, guys. It's going to be... It's gonna be, I don't know. You call it. I don't know if it's a bourbon. I think it's actually a rye, technically. So looking forward to doing that. This one was actually the one I'll be doing. Was one that my buddy Russ out there. He mentioned this. It's not the exact one that he had wanted me to find. But it's the same distillery, so close enough, guys. And I'm looking forward to reviewing it because it's another one. It's another kind of heavy hitter, and I've been enjoying those high proof bourbons. Like I said, it's getting cold. It's supposed to start raining next week, so looking forward to reviewing that. And that's it for now, guys. Hope you all have a great weekend, and I'll be getting back on here with you guys soon. And please leave comments as always. If we have any new people here, please subscribe. Look forward to hearing from everyone I always love talking to. It's always fun, guys. So looking forward to that. And that's it for now. Till next time, cheers.